Caught without a hat. So this is really bizarre. The movie called The Interview, starring. Wait a second. No, stop. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. Okay. It's called The Interview, and this is why they're attacking Sony, apparently. Remember I gave you the report more than a week ago. Hackers, some kind of a group called the GOP, and that actually stands for Guardians of Peace. I thought it had to do with mocking the GOP Republican Party, the Grand Old Party, but no. Now they're saying that it has to do with a Guardians of Peace group, which I guess they would be called terrorists from the point of view of the governments, but they are focused right now on this movie, The Interview, which is coming out, starring James Franco and Seth Rogen. And the crux of the movie storyline is that they're like this famous, iconoclastic talk show crew, and the host is going to get an interview with the North Korean leader, and that's Kim. Okay, they're not fictionalizing it. They're saying that it's about going to interview him, and the CIA or some kind of agency, take your wild guess, wants to send them in there with another mission, a covert op, to, and this is from the movie, take out the North Korean leader. So this is very strange, and I just thought I'd mention it because the hacker group says they can't be found. They've been intimidating Sony, apparently. I mean, a lot of this is very sketchy. Does this sound like a publicity stunt to you? The claim by this supposed hacker group says to stop immediately showing the movie a terrorism which can break the regional peace and cause the war. So, also, according to the news, this movie, The Interview, generated a condemnation from the government of North Korea. You know, that's not unusual for North Korea to do, because North Korea doesn't like the culture of the West, the culture of the United States of America. They don't like that. North Korea keeps to itself. I look at it as like the mini Mao. And that's not insulting, it's just smaller in population, smaller in land-wise, compared to the Mao of China. So Kim is the mini Mao, and the North Koreans, they're somewhat independent. They could even be their own nation. I don't know, depending on how you divide or categorize nations. But they don't like this. It's insulting to them, the movie. However, the movie is from a studio corporation, right? Sony and whoever else is Columbia, right? I don't know, look it up. But if it is, okay, so they can block it out of their country, However, what if the government, and they've been known to do this, of course they do, the government makes these movies happen. Like, just one thing popped into my head. George Clooney was in Men Staring at Goats, I think it was called. And that was about the military when they experimented with LSD and how it would affect the soldiers and this and that. It's all about PSYOPs, psychological operations that were covert by the military. You mean to tell me that just the studio was involved with that? It wasn't the government people themselves, the military themselves, making the movie in coordination or by taking over the facilities and the people of the movie studio? And The Interview, you can't trust it. So that's what's going on, folks. Just thought I'd mention.